Hi, everybody. It's Brian Strouser, chairman of the Minnesota Gun Owners Caucus, and I have an important message for all gun owners here in Minnesota, and that is that we're really on red alert right now against gun control. Governor Walz and DFL leadership in the legislature are preparing to hold a special session, which the governor can call with or without cooperation from Republicans. And at the top of their agenda is a sweeping gun control package that would directly impact law-abiding citizens, peaceable Minnesotans like you and I. Now, we haven't seen the specific legislation yet, but here's what we think is on the table based on what Governor Walz and DFL leaders have said. First, a sweeping semi-automatic rifle ban. This is not just about the AR-15, but we expect that this would cover hundreds of commonly used rifles that Minnesotans own for sporting, for hunting, and for self-defense. Second, a magazine ban. Now, they're calling these high capacity, but in reality, these are the standard magazines that you and I buy when we purchased most pistols and rifles. And under this proposal, millions of Minnesotans could suddenly become criminals for possessing these standard capacity magazines. Third, they're going to try and bring back their mandatory storage laws, the government dictating to you how you will secure firearms in your own home. And that means probably no quick access for self-defense at your bedside. Fourth, liability insurance mandates. Before you can exercise your rights, you will have to go out and buy a multi-million-dollar insurance policy before you can own guns. The next one, and perhaps the most dangerous one of all, is a repeal of Minnesota's state preemption laws. Right now, local governments, cities, counties, townships, cannot make their own gun laws. We have consistency across the state in terms of what the laws are so that it's easy for you and I to understand where we can carry, where we can't carry, where we can shoot, where we can hunt, what we can hunt with, etc. What they want to pass instead is to repeal that and allow a total patchwork of different gun laws from city to city, township to township, county to county. Cities like Minneapolis and St. Paul have already said that they're drafting ordinances that they're going to pass now with the hopes that when preemption is repealed, then at 12:01 a.m., their laws would take immediate effect, leaving all of us with a confusing, unworkable mess of local restrictions across the state. And there could be more because we haven't, again, seen the actual legislation the governor says that they're going to bring to the legislature in a special session. Now, here's the truth. The DFL cannot pass this agenda on their own in the legislature. Once the upcoming special elections are settled, the Minnesota House will remain in a tie, 67-67, and the Senate has just a one-vote majority for the DFL. And we don't think, well, we know the DFL does not have all of their senators on board. So they will need Republican votes in order to pass gun control. So all it takes is one weak Republican in the House, or perhaps in the Senate, to give them the votes that they need. And that is where we need to make sure that we hold the line on the weak DFLers in the Senate and on Republicans that might be weak on gun control. So I'm asking you right now to visit our action center and contact your state representative and your state senator and tell them no gun control, period. You can access our action center at gunowners.mn/action. Then we want to have you join us here at the Minnesota Gun Owners Caucus by supporting our work, by sharing this video with your family and friends so that they know what is going on. Because the only way we stop this is making sure that every lawmaker knows exactly where gun owners stand. Peaceable people, peaceable gun owners like you and I are not responsible for the actions of mad folks and criminals. So don't let the politicians scapegoat you for their own failures in protecting our children at school. We're going to fight this in the legislature, in the courts if necessary, and in the ballot box in 2026. But we need to have you with us. Look for the links here with this video and take the actions that we're asking you to take. Share this video with your friends and support us as best you can in the coming days. Again, I'm Brian Strouser, chairman of the Minnesota Gun Owners Caucus, and together with you, we will hold the line and fight back against this unconstitutional gun control push. Thank you.